So this movie has Deadpool, Ilsa Faust from Mission Impossible 5, and Nightcrawler, so they have a pretty good chance of survival. Oh wait. That's the wrong Nightcrawler, isn't it? Life is directed by Daniel Espinosa and written by Paul Wernick and Rhett Reese, and it stars Ryan Reynolds, Rebecca Ferguson, and Jake Gyllenhaal. And this is about an international team of researchers who go onto Mars. They're researching soil samples and they find a bacteria that comes to life. It grows pretty quickly and it becomes very intelligent, in fact. Perhaps too intelligent for these people to survive such creature. That's why you have to watch the movie and find out if they do survive. This is very much a survival horror movie in space. These people are isolated, they are alone, they can't communicate with the Earth, they can't let this creature go down to Earth, or perhaps all life will be extinguished. That's the danger that we face here, folks. And all the actors do a great job. Ryan Reynolds, he brings his charm, he brings his flair, that's what he's here to do. The characters are all around pretty well established. You know what each one is here to do, you know what each one is good at, and so you can pretty much define the roles because you know what these people are in movies in general. Jake Gyllenhaal is the main one. He plays this very stoic guy who you find out the reasons why he's here, why he chose to be in this mission, path of life he led to lead him up here to this lonesome space station. However, it becomes pretty predictable in one exchange of dialogue he has with another character what the end of the movie is going to be. The survival horror aspect of the film is very well done. I really like how thrilling this film is. You are really scared of this creature once it starts attacking these folks, and you fear for their lives. It's pretty fast-paced, it goes right into the action, and it wastes no time in terms of scares. There are no jump scares. It's a pretty solid spectacle in terms of horror and thriller. It makes you jump out of your seat, and sometimes it makes you go to the edge of the seat on other times. It's a very well done, solid thriller in space, in isolation, that makes you fear for these characters and makes you fear this terrifying creature. I also really enjoy the cinematography, and I love the way this movie's shot. Right from the get-go, there's a pretty long ass take of this movie that seems to be a one take. I'm saying seems because I am sure I would cut off my forearm to bet that this has some editing, has some cuts, but it's very seamlessly well done. And it goes for about 10 minutes, and there are several sections of the film that are like that, and because of that you feel very much like you are in isolation with these characters, like you are above Earth. And the movie also looks incredible. The special effects are phenomenal in this film. Nothing looks out of place. Nothing looks a little bit worse than the rest of the special effects surrounding it. And you not only have well-defined characters, as I said, but you get a pretty good definition of their relationship. You get to see why they like each other, how they like each other. You get to see why this person is in this role and why this other person is in this role. They bring life, no pun intended, into each one of the other characters. As far as flaws with this film, I feel like as fast-paced as the movie is in general, whenever someone perishes, and it's a survival horror movie in space, so someone will die. It's not a spoiler. Whenever someone dies in the film, the movie just dies down, and that's when the characters talk a lot. That's when the characters just spout out words because it's an epic death scene and the music just goes into slow piano music just for you to absorb this whole scene, and it kind of loses the track on itself. There are also some really minor flaws as far as logic is concerned with this film because you get a pretty established logic in one scene, and then when the movie needs to break that logic, it will bend it just a little bit for you to just go on with the story because plot demands so. I will not spoil anything, but the very end of this film, it's not that it's bad, it's not that it's predictable in a sense, but how they handle it, the way they established it through shots and with what you hear, it actually makes no sense. Some of the decisions that this creature makes towards the end of the film make no sense whatsoever, and it really boggles down why the creature did some things in the film and then in the end decides to do some other things. Also, the creature is named Calvin, and throughout the film, as the creature is killing folks, everyone keeps calling it Calvin. And I'm like, why do you care to call it a name? You shouldn't. There are good surprises in this film, and what separates it from being an Alien, because it's another survival horror film about people isolated in space with an alien killing them, it's a good move that it came out before Alien Covenant, but also this is not set in the future. These are pretty relatable characters, not only because you see how international there are. There's a Russian one, there are 2 Brits, there's a Japanese one, and there are 2 Americans. So it's a small group, but it's a diverse group nonetheless. All of them had different paths of life that led them to that mission, and you understand how they fit into this mission. But the script is very clever as well, in the sense that it doesn't waste time. It doesn't give you very heavy exposition scenes. It lets you establish the characters and their professions and how they are as people, and you understand them psychologically, and then it goes right into the survival, horror, isolation, thrilling aspects of the film, and those are the best parts of the film. There are very minor flaws, but they are there and they can't help but be bothersome. The cast is all great, the way the movie shot is great, the movie looks great, the cinematography is excellent, and it's a very fun, thrilling ride, and it's not overly long. Apart from the very end, it's really the weakest part. Life is entertaining, it is thrilling, it is good horror suspense, isolated in space. It almost got to the higher echelon of being a great film, but it's a very good one, and because of that, I will say Life is a martini. It is a good time, anytime. What did you think of Life, my beautiful geekies? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? What is your favorite survival space horror movie? Let me know all of that in the comments below, and also go check the description and join the Beautiful Geeky Community Facebook group, to which there is a link below. Also, stalk me on the internet through Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and all those links are also down there. Thank you so much for watching, my beautiful geekies. You guys are the freaking best. I love you all so much. So you stay beautiful and you stay geeky. And of course, if you haven't done so yet, click the bell and the subscribe button so you can be geeky united.